So I go here to persona, and here's one I already created. I've created several. I've even created one that sounds similar to me, which sometimes works really well. Doesn't sound anything like me, but it's kind of like me. Just a certain vocal style and range. But here we have Corban Fibre. I click on him, and he is now part of what this cover version will be. So I have my song, I have Corban Fibre singing it, I have done my lyrics. Corban Fibre, when I created him, also comes with a style guide. So Corban's style is acoustic folk rock song, mostly in the key of G major with a moderate tempo of 120. So really nice folk, country, little bit rockish. The instrumentation features an acoustic guitar. Yes, does a lot of this stuff, which my playing, I'm a rhythm guitarist. I can do chords, do rhythms fairly well, bar chords, okay. But I don't know how to do the finger picking to the extent that you're going to hear on this version of the record. So a lot of my arrangements use rhythm guitar, I use piano to give me the little twinkly bits, and I use strings for some sort of melodies, and maybe some other sound that gives me like a fill or some other characteristic for the song. So whatever you're going to hear is part of the song. And it's not like the AI is recreating the melody. It's not recreating the melody. It's recreating some of the instrumentation, but it's not recreating the fills or the solos. They are already made, that I created earlier on. It'll start in a similar fashion and it'll end in a similar fashion. So it is a true cover version of an old song of mine. Back to my glasses. Okay, so the song structure follows a verse-chorus pattern, yes, and pretty much because of this, it follows that style guide nicely for Corban Fibre. Now, here's the fun bit, and this is only in the paid version of Suno, not in the free version. It's these advanced options, and that's really where your money shot is. So vocal gender is male, but it'll default to that anyway. So I always click it just in case. Now weirdness is where Suno gets creative. That's Suno's creativity. I don't know why they called it weirdness, but a better word would be AI creativity. In this case, I want it to be really true to the demo I've given it. So I'm going to put that right down. Style influence is at 50%, and I think I will keep it there because I want it to be in the style of Corban Fibre and use the similar instruments that I have from all the other tracks. So I want to present Corban that he has a certain band that plays certain instruments throughout every song, rather than reinventing the wheel for every song. A consistent studio-grade album is what I am aiming for. So to begin with, I will leave that at 50% because it'll mix a little bit of my audio influence. Actually, I'm putting that 100%. I want it to be totally influenced by my music. Before I continue, Claude has another question. When you feed a song into Suno, what are you actually telling it? How do you describe Corban Fibre to an AI? Well, I think I've just answered that question. So Corban Fibre is really described to the AI by having recreated a persona from scratch. It's a different method. It's a different method, which I'm happy to share, but it's fairly straightforward. Anyone who signs up to Suno has the possibility of creating any persona that you want. You can't copy other artists, but you can make them sound similar. And once you have a song that sounds similar, you can then use that voice, and I want to keep using that voice and rename it. And the beauty is you can even share it so other people can use the voice for their songs. And that's how I describe the AI to Suno, the AI. So that's AI for the AI. It's going to save it into my workspace here, the Creator workspace. When I hit the Create button, which is what I'll do now, you will see shortly a couple of pop-ups. This will take me to my next question given by Claude. How many attempts does it usually take before you get something that feels right? This is a really good question in the way sometimes if a song is good and is recorded cleanly, the first versions are actually really good. And I think it takes into consideration effort in, effort out. So the less effort you put in at the beginning, or if it's not that great a well thought out song, you're going to get a version that's probably not going to be very good. I haven't been very successful with songs that maybe have duets in them. That's kind of hit and miss. A lot of it too, if there is like other harmonies that come in or other lyrics sung by other band members, it's really hard to distinguish those. There are certain methods which are out there on the internet and YouTube where people have experimented with it, and it is possible, but I have not found like a foolproof version of that yet. So I am relying a lot, almost on luck, to see where how the versions land. Like I said, I'm going to play this thing and it may be really good and really close. There are ways to actually edit it once it's done. You can go within Suno Studio and say if you messed up a word, you can change that. Again, it's not 100% and it's kind of hit and miss. It recreates a whole section which may or may not smoothly transition from the old song to the new song. A lot of people have been taking their Suno songs, taking them into another program, basically strip them apart and then remix them from that. Sounds like a lot of effort, and it's definitely a method, and you probably won't be labeled as AI music then if you're using synthetic instruments. Yeah, it's a very grey area. So this usually takes a couple of minutes. As you can see, the loading screen is still there. While that's loading in, I'll go to another question. At what point in the Suno process do you go, yes, that's Corban? It differs from song to song. All songs are good, but is there that something that makes it a little bit more interesting or exceptional? Run of the mill, I don't bother with. You know, it's if there's some verse in there that really sticks out that I like, it's something. If there's an intonation between his vocals that I like, I'm not looking for perfection. Far from it. I'd like there to be a little bit of oddness within it because I just feel it makes it more human, ironically. So I'm just looking for, are the lyrics correct? And also, is the melody correct? Sometimes it does take some license with melodies and puts in parts or instruments that I really don't like. So here we go, it's done it. So now I have two 4.5-minute versions of The World is Complicated. I'm just going to play a couple of seconds. I'm not going to play you the whole thing, although I will have to look through and listen for the whole thing. Let's start with the first one and let's see where it lands.